Yo, Avengers, Baker Mayfield just torched the San Francisco 49ers for a gritty 30-19, pushing the Bucs to 5-1 and the Niners reeling at 4-2. But hold up, Baker's looking like the comeback king of 2025. Fred Warner's season might be toast, and this game's got MVP vibes written all over it. Let's dive in. Smash that like button if you're riding with the Bucs. This was supposed to be an NFC slugfest between two 4-1 juggernauts, but injuries turned it into a survival of the fittest thriller. The 49ers rolled into Tampa without QB Brock Purdy, tight end George Kittle, wideout Brandon Ayuk, and edge Nick Bosa, already a skeleton crew. The Bucs, missing receivers Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, plus running back Bucky Irving. Both squads entered banged up, but the Bucs' depth and Mayfield's magic pulled them through. First quarter fireworks. Kendall Vilder's pick 6 tees, he stumbled twice. Settling for a pick at the 49ers' 25 setup Rashad White's 2-yard TD plunge, Bucs up 7-0 early. But the Niners answered with Christian McCaffrey 1-yard score to tie it at 7-7. That's when the hammer dropped. Fred Warner, San Francisco's defensive heartbeat, got rolled up on a white run and suffered a gruesome dislocated and broken ankle. Carted off in an air cast, the entire 49ers sideline poured out. Talk about a gut punch. Warner's out for the game, and likely the season after surgery. Second quarter momentum shift. With Warner gone, the Bucs' running back committee feasted. White and Sean Tucker powered a drive capped by Tucker's untouched 9-yard TD scamper, 14-7 Bucs. Mac Jones filling in admirably for Purdy marched the Niners down for an Eddie Pinheiro FG, but Tampa led 14-10 at half. Jones went 22 of 32 for 248 yards and a score, feeding makeshift wideouts like Kendrick Bourne and Demarcus Robinson, but that interception to Vilder was a killer. Third quarter grind, both teams traded field goals. Chase McLaughlin for Tampa, Pinheiro for San Fran, keeping it tight at 17-13. Rookie W.R. Emeka Egbuka flashed with a 17-yard grab, but he tweaked his hamstring and was doubtful to return. Bucs D stepped up with Lavonte David's sack on Jones, forcing a punt. Fourth quarter heroics, up 20-19. Mayfield faced 3rd and 14 at midfield. What happens? Houdini's out of the pocket, shrugs off 2 defenders, and dives for the first down like it's his last play on earth. 2 snaps later, boom, a 45-yard laser to Tez Johnson down the seam for the dagger TD, 27-19. Bucs had a late field goal to ice it. Final, Tampa Bay 30, San Francisco 19. Key stats, Bucs rushed for 112 yards. White, 68 Tucker, 9-yard TD, held SF to 3 of 12 on third downs. Niners managed 298 total yards but couldn't overcome the early Warner blow. This win, it's the Bucs' 5th straight, all coming from behind in the 4th. Talk about resilient. Let's salute Baker. From bust to beast mode MVP frontrunner Avengers, if you blinked, you missed Baker Mayfield turning doubters into believers again. The number 1 pick who bounced from Cleveland to Carolina to LA. Now Tampa's savior, and after this gem, he's straight up MVP material. Let's cook on why. Baker went 25 of 35 for 312 yards, 3 TDs, 0 interceptions, and that insane 15-yard scramble on 3rd and 14. Had 28 rushing yards, and he's a dual threat nightmare. That's 10 TDs to 1 pick through 6 weeks, averaging 261 yards game. Against a 49ers defense ranked 14th versus the pass. He carved him up, hitting Johnson for the highlight reel 45-yarder and K. Dotton for key third down dinks. But zoom out, this is career Mayfield 2.0. After a 2023 playoff run Pro Bowl, 3rd and comeback player, he inked that extension and balled out in 4,500 yards, 41 TDs, 11th in MVP. Now, leading a banged-up Bucs squad to 5-1, overcoming injuries to Evans, Godwin, and Irving like a boss. That pocket escape, pure grit, reminds you of his Browns days, but wiser, turnover-free. He's top 3 in QBR, passer rating, and yards/attempt. The Bucs lead the NFC South if they snag the number 1 seed, Baker's hardware bound. MVP odds, pregame he was plus 953rd behind Allen and Mahomes. Post-win, he surged to plus 800 neck and neck with the elite. Josh Allen's the fave at plus 130, but Baker's narrative, underdog QB dragging his crew to glory, is MVP catnip. Avengers, if Tampa keeps this heater, Baker's not just a candidate, he's the conversation. Baker's cooking, but the Niners are hurting. Like if your team Mayfield, sub for more, and hit the bell for Week 7. Who's the Bucs' next victim? Drop it below, stay athletic.